Hello and welcome to Midlands Today. The headlines tonight. A step closer to reproducing human tissue and bone thanks to a new 3D printer at the QE hospital.
It's imperative through the charitable funds to try and get this because this is cutting edge technology.
We'll be asking how much difference this could make to patients needing reconstructive surgery. Also tonight, not just about the horses, the big business boost brought by the Cheltenham Festival, £50 million into the local economy.
It saves us through January and February knowing we've got this in March.
Renewable energy on a grand scale, a £2 million boiler at a unique bioplant forecast to power 17,000 homes. A teaching assistant with a difference. Miss Minnie, the 8-year-old border collie at work at a primary school.
And if you're placing bets on tomorrow's Cheltenham Gold Cup, then you might want to do the same for the weather. We'd like it to end up like that, but at this stage, it's anyone's game. More for you in the forecast later.
Good evening. Body parts could soon be reproduced by a 3D printer thanks to pioneering technology at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Birmingham. The state-of-the-art equipment has been part funded by one man whose life has been transformed by the team at the QE at their specialist facial reconstruction unit. Ben Sidwell has been to meet him.
18 months ago, Peter McNeil from Malvern never thought he'd be doing this again. In fact, he wasn't even sure he'd be alive.
I was diagnosed with cancer, which was a tumour, which was growing inside my nose and up and touching the skull base at the brain. I was then told that in order to survive, I would have to have a rhinectomy, which has taken the whole of my nose away.
Peter was treated by the facial prosthetics team at the QE hospital in Birmingham, who built him a new nose.
It's much better than I ever expected. So, really, it's fantastic.
Already the best in the country, the team at the QE now have a new state-of-the-art 3D printer, which can create working models of hard tissue and bone. These can be used by surgeons to meticulously plan operations and produce perfect prosthetics.
It can be used to plan the implant guides. It can be used to, as I mentioned, to position the implants, and then it can be used for a working model without Peter here. So it gives us, we're always on the front foot, but we can plan in advance as well.
This is the type of template that the 3D printer produces now, and they can use one of these to then produce a prosthetic nose like this. But the feeling is, in just a few years' time, the printer will be able to make one of these on its own, and then this could be fitted directly onto a patient's face. The 3D printer's been funded by Peter's food development business in Malvern, who gave £45,000, and also a local charity, Get Ahead.
The people at the QE, the prosthetic people, have allowed me to, and obviously the surgeons who've kept me alive, but the prosthetic people have allowed me to carry on with my life as normal.
The last 2 years have been an uphill struggle for Peter, but he's hoping this new technology will now benefit many others facing similar challenges. Ben Sidwell, BBC Midlands Today, Malvern.
Well, with me now is Louise John Newton from the Birmingham-based charity Get Ahead. It supports people with neck and head diseases. Good evening, Louise.
Good evening.
What kind of a difference could this 3D printer make to people who have this type of disease?
Oh, it makes a huge difference to people with head and neck cancer and head and neck disease. As you've just seen in Peter's story, it enables them to live, a better quality of life after going through such a traumatic thing such as head and neck cancer. It's just revolutionary. It's excellent to bring this kind of technology to the Midlands and beyond, really.
What sort of challenges do people who have this type of disease face, especially when it comes to reconstructive surgery?
Well, I mean, imagine being told you've got cancer and then the next thing is you're going to lose your nose or your eye, and it's something that's very physical and very visual to everybody you meet, so it's a huge impact to them, and to have reconstructive surgery is a huge emotional impact to go through, and that's what Get Ahead are here to do. We're here to support and bring life-changing equipment like this.
And how common is this sort of disease? Because it's not something that's really widely talked about, is it?
It's not, no. And Get Ahead have been established for 20 years now, and we've been supporting patients with head and neck disease and head and neck cancer. It's not one of the most common types of cancer, but, you know, obviously, as you've seen, it is hugely impacts on people's lives. And, you know, the Get Ahead charity here to improve the quality of that, really.
And it does seem extraordinary that a 3D printer can actually sort of reproduce parts of the face.
I know, it's phenomenal. You know, I think within 5 years' time, this printer will be able to actually print parts of the body that will actually be able to, you know, replace the nose. You know, it's going to decrease waiting times for patients and, you know, get them on the road to recovery and get their quality of life back sooner.
OK, Louise, John Newton, thank you very much for your time this evening.